finally, let's wrap up with some concrete points on what liberalism is. John Gray gives us 4 nice and easy to understand points to sum up liberalism. It is individualist, egalitarian, universalist, and meliorist. It's individualist in that it asserts the moral primacy of the person against any other social collectivity. Applying this to the international system, for realists, the state is the primary unit of analysis. But for liberals, in some circumstances, the rights of the individual can transcend the rights of the state. This has all sorts of implications for human rights, intervention, the responsibility to protect, or R2P, and lots of other things that we will look at later in the course. It is egalitarian in that it confers on all humans the same moral status and denies the relevance to legal or political order or differences in moral worth among human beings. We are all equal, but not in that Hobbesian way I referred to earlier, in the Lockean way. You don't have the right to subordinate somebody else. It is universalist in that it affirms the moral unity of the human species and accords secondary importance to specific historical associations and cultural forms. Liberalism applies to everyone. From an IR perspective, rights don't stop at state boundaries, but there's a tension there, as Kant told us that no state shall violently interfere with the constitution and administration of another. Finally, it's meliorist in that it affirms the corrigibility and immovability of all social institutions and political arrangements. We can, through human endeavour, make the world a better place. This to me is one of the most interesting points, as it asks a question of political scientists. What's our point? To describe and explain how the world works, or to change it? Okay, back to our learning outcomes. To see the importance of Kant to liberalism. Kant is hugely important to the development of liberalism. 5 of the points he makes in Perpetual Peace shows that he has a recipe for how to create peace in the world. To see how Wilson's 14 points draw on Kant. Several of Wilson's 14 points have clearly been inspired by Kant, but much has happened since Kant, so Wilson is drawing on other authors such as John Stuart Mill. To give concrete definitions of what liberalism is, we can look to John Gray for these. Liberalism is individualist, egalitarian, universalist, meliorist. So, realism and liberalism are 2 ways for us to try and understand how the world works. But they are not enough. We need more. Thankfully, there are plenty of them, as we will see in the next sessions.